about values generally as something that is very important. Values are important. To me, as someone coming from an IT technology background, I see values as some kind of like a software, you know. It's that thing that you do not see, you cannot touch, but it controls everything. So our behavior, when you look deep down, how we show up, all of that is largely linked to the values that we hold dear. So we then need to, as society, to understand some of the values are actually not serving us, you know. And they may be great values, they may have been great for a particular time, but those values may actually not be serving us where we are now. And for example, when I look at things like respect, in my own culture, when I look at respect, this is something uh, that that I think our definition of respect is so broad that we cannot challenge people that are older than us. You cannot challenge people that are in higher position of power, et cetera, et cetera. So that is respect, right? But which means that you can see that things are going wrong, but don't do you never do anything about it. You complain on the side, but you just don't do anything about it because you cannot challenge this. So my point here is that as we think about this, why we are not holding each other accountable, there may be, I'm not saying for sure, but there may be a link to some of the things that we hold dear. And this is where, at a personal level, I had to make my own transformation and say, okay, I need to adjust my respect. My respect is no longer this wide. My respect is this much, and by that, then I start to show up differently. I start to question people, as uncomfortable it may be initially, but you train yourself to do that. So my point here is that there is a link. There is some kind of a link to the culture, to the values that makes us not to really hold each other accountable, our leaders accountable.